Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Sophie, aka Peachy Craft. So some of you may have noticed I've not posted a video for quite a while on my channel. I have been quite ill, but I'll go into that further into the video as to why I've not been here. But today I thought I'd just return with something a bit easy, something just nice and chill for me. I'm going to be painting this fox with my gouache palette. So make sure to stay tuned to the video to see the final results, and we'll just get right on into it. Okay, so as I mentioned, I have been ill for quite a while. I think it's verging on like 3-4 weeks now. Basically my daughter goes to nursery, which at nursery toddlers just pick up every virus known to mankind, and she brought back like a flu or cold virus, but it's been quite a bad one. Everyone in our household has had it. We've just been quite poorly with it, and to be honest, I've just not had the motivation to paint at all, which is fine. Sometimes you need a break from art and things. I did try painting something. I was quite disappointed actually. I tried using my new Schminker watercolor palette to paint a picture of a little korok. So yeah, I did like a scene of the dueling peaks in Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And it had like a sleeping guardian in it, well, a no longer active one, and a little korok sleeping against it. And I was really happy with the sketch. I thought, oh, this is going to be so cute. And I tried doing it in watercolor, and just the colors that I chose for like the landscape and the sky, they just didn't go. They clashed too much. So the thing with traditional art, if you do a mistake like that, like the wrong color, you can't really fix it with something like watercolor, because watercolor is a transparent medium, so no matter how much you layer, you can never get rid of that color really. So that was disappointing. I'm not very good at digital art. I have Procreate on my iPad, but I might try scanning it in and then doing line art on the iPad to kind of save the sketch, and then see if I can try and recreate the vision in my mind on my iPad. But like I say, I'm not very good at Procreate. I'm definitely more of a traditional media person. So let me know if you know any helpful videos or sites, or just something which gives you helpful hints on how to be good at digital art. Obviously, practice makes perfect, but you know, there's little tips and tricks that people have. I'd love to know them. But anyway, so I wasn't really feeling watercolour. Every time I try to use watercolour lately, it just goes wrong. I don't know what it is. Watercolour is a very finicky medium. So I decided to use one of my favourite mediums, which is traditional gouache. So traditional gouache, similar to watercolour, where you can reactivate it as much as you want. You can reactivate the paint on the paper, but it is an opaque medium and it is very layerable. So this is what I decided to use. And I've had this picture saved into my files for ages. It's a nice picture of a fox, and I liked it because it's very contrasting colours. Obviously the fox is orange, and then it's been edited in a way that the darker bits on the fox that would be black look blue, and the background was blue. It's just a very pretty picture. I tend to get a lot of my pictures off Facebook. I'm in a group called, it's something like Free Reference Photos for Artists, and it's just people sharing photography pictures that they took and they're happy with people using for art purposes, etc. So that's why I get a lot of my images, and I just save them to my phone. I've got loads and loads of photos of animals, people, just things that I probably won't ever get around to drawing them all because I've got so many, but I've kind of got a backlog if ever I need inspiration. It's just a good thing to do. So yeah, I decided to do this painting in gouache just because I've been really struggling with watercolour lately, and I like how gouache is opaque and layerable. So you see, with my process, the first layer, I start off very watery, transparent in some places, very similar to watercolour, and I kind of just let the colours flow into each other. And all I'm doing on this first layer is I'm kind of identifying where the colours go based on the picture. So I'm just adding splodges of colour, letting them all blend and mixing them all together. And then it creates this kind of seamless, beautiful effect, and that's why I love traditional gouache. It's just a really beautiful medium to use. And then on the second layer, that's when I tend to get a little bit more detailed. I go in with like highlights and shadows, and I kind of just add splodges of where I feel like it'd be darker or lighter. If you want more of an intense highlight, you have to use thicker gouache, because when you water it down, it kind of, there's a big shift with the drying time. So just make sure you make a note of that. But it is a lovely, once you get the hang of it, it is a lovely medium to use. There's lots of techniques and tips that you kind of need to know to use traditional gouache. It just makes the process a whole lot easier. But once you do know those tips and tricks, it's just a really nice, enjoyable experience. It's very rare I use gouache and I dislike the painting that I create with it. Normally it's quite, for me, it's quite forgiving because you can fix mistakes, which in watercolor, you can't really fix mistakes. I've also done quite a few portrait gouaches as well, and I really love the process of that as well. The thing with it is you've kind of got to trust the process, because that first layer, second layer, it's probably going to look really ugly, especially if you are painting portraits. But the more you layer up and the more you build on your process, the better it's going to look. So yeah, I decided to keep this picture quite small scale, because like I say, I've not painted for a while and I didn't want to intimidate myself with doing quite a big picture. That's just what works for me. Some people prefer painting large scale, they struggle painting smaller, but it's just whatever your preference is really. So yeah, I really enjoyed the process. I like how the final picture turned out. Let me know what you guys think as well, and I'll just let everyone enjoy the rest of the video. Okay guys, and that is the end of the video. As always, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a like and subscribe. Let me know your comments below. What did you think? Did you enjoy the process? And also, what's your favourite animal? I love foxes, so I thought they'd be lovely to draw. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I hope to catch you all in the next video. Bye guys!